Good evening, welcome to Repair. So today I'm working on a laptop. It has got some power issues. So to give you a bit of the history, it's an eBay purchase, struggling to get it to charge. The seller has listed it as having a battery replacement. The battery has got some power in it, but he can't get it to charge at all. So this is a HP Pavilion 15. It's a 15-AU175SA. Lovely condition, needs a bit of work. As I say, just need to wipe and a reload to sort it all out. So to give you the history, what I think it is just a faulty DC jack. So I don't know if you can see, there's a tiny little dot there that should go white when it's plugged into power. It is currently not doing anything. I have tested this and it is giving the right voltage. I've also tried a spare charger of my own, and that's doing exactly the same. So I'm pretty confident it's probably just a charge port that's gone. Now, I have already ordered a spare replacement DC jack, so hopefully this is the right one. So we're going to get that fitted and see how we go. So first things first, we'll just flip this over. Now, I think we are just going to have to strip out the screws and it should just go. We should just be able to pull the lid off. So, only thing to mention is just try and keep these in the same order. They are very slightly different sizes, some of them. I've seen people force the wrong size screws back into the holes and it doesn't generally end well. So, let's just quickly strip these out. There's probably half a dozen of them total. Not very many. This is one of the easier machines to open up from HP. It's nice because actually there's nothing attached to the bottom chassis, so you just undo the screws and then you can pretty much pop the top half out. So it makes stripping it down and repairing it a whole lot easier. So next thing's next. CD drive should just pull out now, or not. Let's take the last screw out. There we go. Got my screw that was stuck in there. Now it should just pull out. So there we go. CD drive's out. So at this point, sometimes there's screws along here as well. On this one there isn't. So what we'll do is we'll open it up. And then what we're going to do is pick somewhere along here and we're going to work our way around the outside. And we should just be able to pop this open. So if we just pick this point, because it looks like there's a bit of damage anyway on it, and we should just be able to pop it open. There we are. And the clips, you just need to work all the way around. So if I just do that quickly, obviously the only thing to mention is you just need to be a little bit careful by the ports on either side. So we'll just do that in just a second. And I like to keep a little bit of pressure on the case as well, just so it doesn't click back in. There we go. So with these ports on this side, what we'll do, just grab my pry tool, pry away. So I'll just pop into the gap and then pry it away from me and it should lift over. So there we go, it's lifted over the ports quite nicely. And again, we'll do the same on this side. And the pry tool up the right way. Just like that. Like that. And now, if we just flip this over, we should just be able to lift it out. There we are. So there's our bottom chassis. So we'll just pop that off to one side. Now, just so you've seen it, our battery is over here. So here's our battery cable. So if you were to do a battery replacement, which we are going to disconnect this anyway, just so we can do the repair a bit easier, we'll just literally go like this and just pull it towards us very gently. And that's our battery disconnected. So if you now wanted to replace this, you would undo these 1, 2, 3 screws and the whole piece would lift out. And then you could just pop another one in. Now, I'm hoping this is good because of how it's been described and the fact that the laptop does turn on even though it doesn't charge. So we're just going to leave that in there. The bit that we're interested in is down here. So our charge port's just over here. And we need to get this charge port and little cable out that goes into the Wi-Fi chip. Now I'm hoping that we're just going to undo this one screw, pop this out, and a couple of screws here, and we should just be able to lift it up and get to the parts. That's best case. Worst case scenario, we're going to have to take the whole motherboard out, which hopefully it won't come to that because that's a little bit of a pain. So what we'll do first of all, we'll disconnect our Wi-Fi chips. If I just zoom you in so you can see, make it a little bit easier. So what we'll do, we'll disconnect this Wi-Fi chip. So again, they just pull up, just be gentle with them and they will pop out. And we're gonna, I'll put your finger on here so it doesn't lift up. And then we'll undo this one screw. And now if you just gently release it, it should just pop up. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull it like this, just slowly, very, very gently, and it will just come up completely away in one piece. So pop that off to one side. And then this is the ribbon we're interested in, so we'll just disconnect that, just like so. And now I'm hoping, as I say, that this is just going to be a question of undoing these two screws. So number one and number two, so we'll just pop those off to one side. And now, if we lift the laptop up, we should get the hinge to open, and then just drop it back down, and then we can lift that the rest of the way now. So by the looks of it, we can just lift this out. So we'll just undo this one piece, like that. And weirdly, I can't see any damage to it. It all looks fairly neat. Let's grab our other piece in. The only thing I have noticed is our cable is quite significantly longer. Now, if it was for anyone else, I would worry about it, but because it's for me, we'll bodge it in and hope for the best. So there's two little clips here that hold this in place, so just pop it down and make sure it clips in. We'll just tuck this ribbon back round now, and then we'll fold this down, just being careful of our Wi-Fi aerials. Like that. And then we'll get our two little screws back in place. So here's the one, and that's our hinge reattached then. And then number two. Now, there should be enough clearance here that we can get this reconnected and then run the cable down one side. So let's just do that. So that's like that. And then we should have enough clearance that I can just tuck that in there, and that should just sit under our Wi-Fi chip quite nicely. And I wouldn't have thought, just grab the lid, so it'll be this corner. I wouldn't have thought this is anything's gonna get in the way, so that should be absolutely fine. So let's just grab our Wi-Fi chip. So again, refitting this, slide it in, just like that. Give it a little bit of a push, and then grab our screw, push this down, and then just ease this back in here. Now, just remember, we haven't got any power to the board, so if we do drop this screw, it's not going to matter too much. So that's in there nicely now. Now what we've got to do is attach these aerials again. So not that you can probably see it, but this one's got a number 2 on it, and this one's got a number 1 on it. And on the Wi-Fi chip itself, there's one little connection here with a B and one with an A. So we'll do number 2 to B and number 1 to A. Now, I don't actually think it makes any difference at all. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments and say that there is a reason for it. But I think you could probably connect them the other way around and it wouldn't matter either. And then we'll just do A. And pop that back in there. So that's all buttoned up now quite nicely. So the only other thing we need to do, which we'll just zoom you back out for, is just to reconnect our battery, and then we can pop the lid back on again. So if we just do that now, so I'll just bring you back into shot, we'll reconnect our battery. But actually what we will do before we do that, just pop some power onto this and see if it turns on, because as it stands, it won't, it's got nothing connected. So at least that way we can prove that the power is good. So if I open this lid, pressing the button now, and I've got nothing. So let's just grab our power lead, pop it straight in the side there. And there is a little light on there, I don't know if you can just see that, there's a little light just there. And I'll just press the power button now. And yeah, perfect, that's coming on first time now, which is great. So let's disconnect that power. Close this lid back up, and now we'll reconnect our battery up. So the battery's reconnected. There we go. So that's lovely now. So what we'll do is we'll get the bottom back on, we'll get our CD drive reinstalled, because that's 2 minutes work. So with this, just gently work your way around, so push down. You should hear lots of clicks and pops. I generally do it a couple of times just to make sure that I've got everything clicked in. And then we'll just slide our CD drive in, so this will literally, that tab is always at the top, and then make sure that you've got the slanted edge facing this way up. And then we'll just slide in and push. And then what we'll do is we'll just work our way around quickly. And we'll just get all of our screws back in. So this whole job, fitting the whole new DC jack, and even potentially a battery, would have been just over 10 minutes. So we're at 11 minutes now for the whole job end to end with no breaks. It's really, really simple to do. It's very much aimed at the novice repairer as well, so you can do this sort of stuff yourself. I mean, the part to repair this laptop's cost me all of, I think it was £3.50 from eBay. The laptop itself is £57, so I've got a fully fledged, really nice laptop for under 100 quid that will just need a reinstall of Windows. So I consider that an absolute win. That screws in, so there we go. So if I just plug this in for us again, and then you can see what I meant about the light at the start. So hopefully you can just make it out as a tiny little light just here that's just come on. And again, just to show you, bring this into shot as best I can. The lights come on the keyboard just here, and hopefully, there we go, the backlight's just come on the screen. And you should in a second see some magic on there. With a bit of luck. There you go, and I've got the HP logo now. So that's it, that's all there is to it really. So we've successfully repaired that one. I'm going to get a fresh install of Windows done on this one, and I'm going to pop this back on eBay to sell on for someone else to give it some love. So yeah, if you've liked the video, if you found it useful, if it's helped you repair your own device, please drop us a message, leave us a comment. If you could subscribe and press the little bell icon for me so you get notifications for our future videos and show the channel some support, I'd be really appreciative. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.